This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Parker versus Amphy. You all have known each other for 11 years. You're living together. And Miss Parker, you found yourself a younger man to enjoy your life with. But whether that enjoyment continues all depends on the outcome of today's proceeding. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell us why you've initiated this case.
Well, like I said, we've known each other for a long time. And we recently, about 2 years ago, became a couple. And he is 10 years younger than I am. And I needed a man to step up to the plate and be there for me. And it's not been so great. No.
What do you think he's doing?
Cheating.
You think he's cheating?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, come on, I'm older.
Okay, but the prey doesn't run from the cougar. The prey gets out by the cougar.
All right.
You keep it locked down.
I try to keep him railed in. You know, I've tried.
So you think he's cheating. What are the warning signs that you've seen?
When he comes home from work, instead of, you know, chilling out and laying in bed, watching TV, going to bed, going to sleep, instead it's come home, take a shower. Oh, baby, where are you going? Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to go outside, smoke a cigarette, whatever. Okay. I lay down in the bed, you know, because I got to work too. Wake up, and he's gone.
Okay.
Gone.
And how often is this happening?
2-3 times a week.
Oh, so this is a regular thing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Amphy.
Yes, ma'am.
Where you slipping off to? Moreover, who you slipping off to?
Just at a friend's house. Just at a buddy of mine's house.
Is it a friend like this, or just a buddy?
Well, it's actually a buddy, it's a friend, but my reasons behind that is because when I'm at home, I feel unwanted, okay? I feel unappreciative. I get pushed away. By that being said, for example, Mother's Day, okay?
Okay.
Now, I believe in taking care of my girl. I do what I gotta do to make her happy, whatever the case that may be, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so I go out and buy nice things, I come cook breakfast, and not only that, I help clean from like that morning to like 9 o'clock that night. Once the night ended, like I didn't get a thank you, I didn't get a hug, I didn't get a kiss, I didn't even get myself. So, sorry, excuse my language, but it's facts.
How did that feel?
I mean, it hurts. Like, to be honest with you, it hurts. And this is not the first time. It happened on Valentine's Day as well, last year.
I don't even know, Cutler, how that would be, because I can't imagine you doing stuff for somebody and going out of your way to make them happy, and they don't even acknowledge it.
I think you know I appreciate what you do.
I do.
I know you appreciate what I do.
I do.
And we try to share that.
I do.
Wait. Okay, all right. The bottom line is he doesn't feel appreciated, and that's where the problem's coming in. Well, let me ask this, Miss Parker. Have you seen anything or found anything that makes you think he's cheating?
Oh, yeah. Let me give you a good example.
All right.
So he says, I'm going to go see a friend of mine, visit with a friend. I'll be back in a few. Okay, be back in a few. So a couple hours later, he calls me. This is probably around 11:30 at night. By the time he finally calls me, hey, I've gotten a flat tire, and I'm going to be a little bit late. This is why I'm running behind.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I just had surgery the week before, and I'm not thinking nothing of it. You know, he's done great for me, washes my hair, you know, when I had the surgery and all this stuff.
All right,
well,
points to you, Mr. Amphy. Points to you.
All right, Mr. Amphy, I see you.
So anyway, so this night he says he's got a flat tire. Well, it's not the first time that he's had an excuse why he's late coming home.
Okay.
So okay, that's fine. You got a flat tire. Okay, how long are you gonna be? We're gonna work on it now. It's gonna be, you know, I'll call you when I'm on my way. Okay. Couple hours go by, and then.
So are you calling him during this time, or are you waiting for him to call you back?
No, because it's late at night. You know.
Okay. So and you knew where he was.
I thought I knew where he was at.
Okay.
So it's about 2:30 in the morning. He calls me. Hey, you know what? We are having a problem with this. We can't seem to get the tire off or can't get the donut on or something. There was an issue. You're going to have to come get me. I said, okay, baby, well, where are you? Well, when you go down this interstate, when you get to this exit, I want you to call me.
Well, hold on, just a second. What was going on with this tire? Did you call somebody to try to help you, like AAA or something?
Because I didn't have the proper tools.
Okay.
I know how to work on cars, I know how to change stuff, but I just didn't have the proper tools.
So were you sitting on the side of the road?
No, ma'am. No.
Where were you?
I was with my friend At another friend's house.
What?
Hold on. Okay, you were with a male friend
Yes.
at another friend's house.
Right.
All right. So he calls you and says, hey, I need you to come get me.
Yes, now my understanding was he was at this friend's dad's house or something like that.
First.
So he tells me, okay, when you get to this exit, I want you to call me. So when I get to that point, and he was giving me vague directions.
Never giving you a specific address.
Nope, not a street name, not a
How you gonna get it if you don't know where to go?
Exactly,
So-
and I had drilled him about that.
You're just driving down the street and you're just waiting on somebody to give you directions as
And
to
then
where to
guess what?
go.
He don't answer the phone right away.
So you get up and exit whatever. Where do you end up?
An apartment complex.
Okay.
And I'm looking around going, damn, this apartment complex looks familiar. We helped a female friend move into this apartment complex. So, okay, well, what a coincidence.
Okay.
So where is he when you see him?
I know where this particular person lives because we helped her move in. So I'm sitting there waiting and I'm calling. And he finally answers the phone. Okay, I'll be out in just a second.
So you park and you sit there.
And I watch her door.
And what happens?
Guess who comes out?
He comes out of the apartment. What does he do?
Comes down to me like everything's cool.
And when he gets to the car, what do you do?
I'm surprised the police weren't called.
You start yelling and going off at him.
Loud and proud.
All right, so he comes out. Did you ever see the friend that was supposed to be with him?
No.
Okay, what were you doing at this woman's house?
I was with a friend, for one.
I didn't ask you that.
was.
What I asked you was,
Yes, ma'am.
why were you at this woman's house?
I was just simply over there hanging out. That's it.
Okay, why didn't you tell your girlfriend that's where you're gonna be? I'm at so-and-so's house.
Because I knew it would be an issue, but it wasn't what she was thinking it was.
Okay,
So
but here's
regardless of
hold
how
on,
it
hold on.
looked.
If you don't tell your own story, they gonna make it up. And that's what she did. And what she's made up is you were sleeping with her. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you make it worse because you wouldn't even tell her, okay, I'm in so-and-so's apartment. Come pick me up. Now, she could have been mad, but at least you were honest. You put layer upon layer upon layer of deception in.
Absolutely.
Any other reason to believe that Mr. Amphy's cheating?
Yes, ma'am. So
Tell me about that.
Our phone service, you can, particular carrier, you can put an app on the phones that shows, basically it's for children. So I learn.
Where'd you track
that-
him to?
Where do I track him to? Quite a few places.
All right.
So he says that I'm going down the street. I'm just going to a buddy's house. Well, this buddy lives 7 miles from my house, 10 minutes max.
Okay.
Not 45 minutes away. That is not down the street. Down the street visiting a buddy does not stay out until 6 a.m. in the morning.
All right, so where he told you he was going was 7 minutes away.
GPS says something different.
GPS, and that's what you brought with you today?
Yes.
Okay, Ron, will you get that for us?
So, so the first one is the beginning of the day, and the second one is 1:30 in the morning.
The first one I have is from earlier in the day. He's in Mableton. He's at work. He's there from 12:44. You track him. You're checking him out. And it goes to, it looks like 4:46 p.m. He's in Mableton working. Okay, and he does construction work, if I remember
Yes.
from the court paper.
And Mr. Amphy,
Okay.
is that where you were?
Yes, sir.
You were in Mableton doing construction work, doing your job.
Yes, sir.
Just like you said you were.
Yes, sir.
You came home after work that day?
No, ma'am.
You did not come home?
No.
Okay, where'd you go?
I went to my friend's house.
Okay, so you're at your friend's house 7 miles away, correct?
From
Yes, ma'am.
where you live.
No, from my job, which was out there, so I didn't have to drive nothing but a couple minutes.
Okay, so you were at your friend's house that is in or near Mableton.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Correct.
I don't know what time, but he comes home after work, takes a shower and all that. And I know this because when I do finally come home from work, I see his dirty clothes. And he
Okay.
had called me about 1:30 and said, hey, my buddy's picking me up. I'm going to go hang out with him.
All right.
Which this buddy lives down the street.
Okay.
So I'm okay. So,
Is this 1:30 in the afternoon or 1:30 in the morning?
in the morning.
In the morning.
Okay, so 1:30 in the morning, he's supposed to be 7 miles from your house. You track him, and where is he?
Back in
Trace on the
Mableton.
Hey.
What job do you do at 2:30 in the morning
In construction.
in construction?
Well, now, I not to, I'm playing an advocate, But like when I see construction work on highways, for example, I see them, they'll shut down the highway and they'll be working at 2 in the morning because traffic is less. Could he have been working on a construction site for the highway?
This is a subdivision.
So they, not so much.
You.
Okay.
I don't know anybody who was banging on a hammer at 2:30 in the morning.
Well, he might have been banging it, but it wasn't a hammer.
All right.
And the GPS will tell you within a few yards of where the location is, and it had been the same address all weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, Mr. Amphy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of hammering were you doing at 2:30 in the morning in Mapleton?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like I didn't ask you a question?
Well, like I said, I was hanging out. That was all I was doing. I was hanging out with a friend.
Who were you hanging out with?
A female friend of mine.
Is this the same female friend who's the apartment that you had a flat tire at?
No, sir, it is not.
So this is a different female friend.
Yes, sir, it is.
So you've already not told Ms. Parker about the one female friend, and now this is a different female friend that you're hanging out that you didn't tell Ms. Parker about.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay.
And if you look at the dates, that's only like within a week.
Oh, my goodness. I really want to get to the bottom of this. Ms. Parker absolutely believes that Mr. Amphy is cheating, and that's why they're here in our courtroom. What does he mean to you?
He means a lot.
Tell me something.
I've known him for a long time, and I've been out of a bad relationship, and we talked about it before he came here, back and moved in with me, that I needed somebody that was gonna be my rock, that was gonna meet me 110%. If I give my 110%, you need to be giving that too.
Mr.
And I'm
Amphy.
not getting that at all.
I do.
I'm looking at you, and when you hear how she feels, what's going through your mind right now?
What's going through my mind right now? Man, to be honest, it's all bull. Sorry. I care. I do care, but it's like, man, come on now.
Well, we care too, and we have done a full and complete investigation to make sure we can find out what exactly is going on with all of these swirling accusations against you.
Absolutely.
And so at this time, the court is going to call private investigator Eric Eccles and licensed polygraph examiner Tommy Platt to determine, is he cheating? Ron, would you escort them in?
Mr. Eccles, how are you?
Doing fine, and yourself?
And Mr. Platt, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you, Your Honor?
I'm good.
All right, Mr. Eccles, would you tell us what you and your team did to investigate this case?
Well, Your Honors, my team and I followed Mr. Amphy over a course of a few days and various times and locations to see if he was doing anything suspicious.
All right, is that his car in the circle?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. We noticed Mr. Amphy going through different places within his neighborhood, and at one instance, he went to this convenience store.
Mr. Amphy, when he said that he had followed you for a number of days, you should have seen the look on your face, because I saw it.
I'm mind blown right now.
I know you are.
Mind blown.
You're mind blown. The question is our mind about to be blown by what we're getting ready to find out?
Well, one of the days I surveilled Mr. Amphy at a location which is in a residential neighborhood, and that house happened to be about 46 miles from his location. Once I was able to get into position, I identified Mr. Amphy here working at a job location doing some construction work.
Okay, what did you conclude from your surveillance?
Over several days that I did the surveillance of Mr. Amphy, I could not find any suspicious behavior that would prove infidelity.
All right.
Looks like you're doing good. You're working. You're doing what you're supposed to do.
It was
Ms.
just
Parker.
shocking to find out somebody was watching.
Right, that part.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
But
Couples court don't play.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
I see that. I see that.
Ms. Parker, how do you feel at this point?
I'm on the fence.
She's on the fence.
She's
she
on
was
the
over
fence.
here, and now she's on the fence. We just got to see if she'll get over here or not. And for that, we have to turn to Mr. Tommy Platt.
There we go. So, Mr. Platt, a polygraph examination was completed on Mr. Amphy, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You asked Mr. Amphy, since your relationship began, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than Ms. Parker? What was his response to that question?
He stated yes, that he had admitted to cheating with 3 other women.
All right. So I think on on the fence is now back.
I mean, I'm admitting to it, yeah, but there's reasons behind it. I have reasons. I don't feel wanted, for one.
Okay, wait a minute.
On
wait
top
a
of
minute.
that,
Wait a
yes,
minute.
ma'am.
Wait a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you're not being indignant about cheating and you're supposed to be in a relationship with this woman. I don't care what your reasons are. If you don't want to be with somebody, you tell them and then you do what you want to do.
You knew I needed you. You know what I've been through. I should have had the GPS on you when you first moved here.
Should have.
Miss
Should have
Parker,
had one on you too,
Miss
just
Parker,
as well, likewise.
my suggestion is Miss Parker needs to move on. I don't think this is one you keep investing in. This is the case of Jones versus Jones. You've been married 2.5 years and together 6 years?
Yes. Yeah.
But the most interesting part is there's a 25-year age difference, correct?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Jones, I ain't mad at you. You do you. I like that. Why are we here, Mrs. Jones?
Well, we're here today because I believe my husband's cheating on me and I have the physical evidence to prove it.
Oh, boy.
I'm not cheating.
Just straight up, I'm not doing it.
I'm not cheating. I don't know. Everything was all right. Every time she just think I'm cheating. Every time I go in and out, I'm cheating.
All right.
I don't mind if you go out. That's not the problem. The problem is when you go out and you stay out for a day, for 2 days, you don't come back. Like, you know, and then I'm calling you and you don't answer your phone.
Yeah, I be in the area where I live at. I don't be like in a park, sitting in the
Oh, my God. 3 o'clock in the afternoon to about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Who does that? And why you want me to believe you in the park all that time? No.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Wrong.
Has this always been the case? When did this start? Because I can't believe y'all been together 8 years.
About a year ago.
What is the current status of your relationship?
Right now, we're on the rocks. We're on the rocks because I can't deal with him being in the streets like that. I can't deal with it.
So what's at stake? I mean...
Yeah, when you say you can't deal with it, what does that mean?
Meaning, if I find out he's cheating on me, that would be the last straw. Right now, I could try to kiss him. He turned away, you know, if I try to hug him, he don't want me hugging him. Like, come on. I have to beg him to have sex. It's too
How long you had to beg him to have sex?
Now, that's been going on for at least a year and a half.
Your Honor, why would I have sex with her and she said I'm cheating every day? Every day she said I'm cheating. I'm cheating every day.
So what do you think I'm gonna think if you're not having sex?
When you were happy, when it was good, tell me what that looked like. So we can have a comparison here.
When we first met, it was, oh my gosh. He was like a jackhammer. All right? Now.
You see that smile? Look at her. As soon as you said that, she just smiled and
I didn't even know she had dimples till then.
Back when we was first going out, you know, he used to take me places. We used to go to the movies. I mean, when we first met, it was love at first sight for me.
Me too, young.
I just was walking, you know, I was going somewhere, and I saw him. And even though he's not my age or in my age range, or maybe the cutest looking guy, he's not. But when I saw him, I was attracted to him. And I felt as though, like, oh man, look at him. I see myself with him. And I went up to him and I talked to him.
Look at that.
We, you know, we was talking and we exchanged numbers, and we have been inseparable from that day.
And it's still like that, Your Honor. Even though we're going through that, I still stay there. I still stay. I'm still around. I'm still here.
So, Mr. Jones, how did you feel? You have this beautiful young lady take the first step. You know, women don't always take the first step.
That's correct.
I mean,
I had to work, you know. So women don't always take the first step.
Who said I love you first?
He did.
The first time that I made love to her, it was real special. Her mother got a house, a big house, right? I had to play like I was hurt to stay there for the weekend. I told her something happened to me. I stayed there. We made love. I was in love ever since. And this ain't start happening till she starts saying I cheat. When the cheaters came in, that's when I start acting crazy. Because I'm not doing it. So when you get accused of something, how you feel? And you ain't do it.
Yeah, you know
you ain't do it, how you feel?
You know when a man remembers the first time he makes love to you, that's huge. And it clearly, you feel this woman. I can tell.
Love her.
But you're not feeling that right today.
No, I really feel unloved.
That's the problem. It's
okay.
Like he said, he thinks that I fall out of love with him. I feel like he fell out of love with me.
It's
Maybe
her.
because after the baby, I got bigger. I was not always like this.
Well,
look
you
good.
know, Fluffy Girl still got
What I'm
it.
saying.
That's all I'm saying.
I like him like that.
Fluffy Girl still
I
got
like him like that. You know, I like him like that. I like him like that.
All right, so
I like him fluffy.
But even though he is saying and professing his love very clearly here, you aren't feeling the love, and you brought this love suit, because you think he's cheating. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell me specifically why you think he's cheating.
As of today, I think he's cheating because we are hanging out. He's hanging with his friend. His friend has his girlfriend, and I'm with him. Let's go in the park and drink and smoke cigarettes and talk. And I guess they wanted to just catch up. And so the girl that he has, she gets up, she wants to go to the store. As we go and walk into the store, we get out the park, she's gonna tell me how her and him was kissing and how he wanted to get with her sexually.
But I didn't know that was her friend. That was, we was just boyfriend and girl.
Okay, wait. Hold up. You didn't know that it was her friend?
No, that wasn't my friend. That was your friend's girlfriend.
She told me you know her.
Wait. Does that matter?
Yeah, what difference does that make?
I mean, y'all been together 8 years. Were you kissing her 8 years ago? Has this always been the case? You thought he was cheating?
No, in the beginning, he was always with me. He's been, like, not once but twice, the same girl and the same guy he brings into my home.
No.
The first time he brought his friend into our home about 3 o'clock in the morning, I jumps up. His friend and this woman, he won't even let me approach the woman because you know what I'm about to say. Excuse me, how did you know my husband? How did you get in here? What's going on right now?
Right.
He wouldn't let me go near this girl.
Okay, let me ask you this, Mr. Jones.
I don't do that.
All right.
If you've got your friend and his woman in your house, why would it be a problem then for Ms. Jones to just go and say, who is this and why are you here? Why would that be a problem?
I can tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. You tell me if I'm right. She came out the bedroom and jumped bad. And he was like, oh, wait a minute, let me keep you.
That's the type of person she is.
Yeah, and so he was trying to keep her from getting into a physical fight with this woman.
So if my friends are over at the house, that's what you're gonna do? You're gonna wake up in the morning and just jump bad immediately?
No, because I got you better trained than
I try to do it like this. Since it's late, I know she's in the room with the baby. I try to settle them in, and then as I go inside...
That was one of your late nights when you didn't even answer the phone when you came in, and you won't... That was one of the nights.
When I go in, I'll go in the room and tell her.
Do you believe he slept with that woman in your home?
I did not, Yana. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Okay, that's wrong.
And we come from the Bronx.
And?
You know that's considered to be the hood.
And?
So...
I don't think
that's
so, but
how
go
they
ahead.
get down.
No, everybody don't do that.
Before I've had my
Everybody
baby,
don't do that.
I've been a wild child.
Yeah,
I'm not proud of it.
Let's talk about that.
I'm not proud of it.
Talk about
I've been
that.
a wild child, and I know how they get down in the Bronx. And yes, it'd be men, sometimes 3 and 4 men.
Oh.
1 or 2 girls. So I know how they get down. So
that's why they call it the boogie down Bronx.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I wear the crown.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, that explains that. What else you got?
I check his phone, and I smell his private.
Yeah.
You smell his privates.
So,
I heard you say you smell his private.
That's
Yeah,
not
when I
right.
get to the door.
Wait, Mr. Jones. Wait.
Drop him.
Yeah.
Is that for real?
Every day, every time I go outside.
Okay, Miss Jones, as soon as he hits the door,
Right the door.
you say drop him.
Drop him.
And you're
And you
smelling
do
his
it.
private.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
And I made sure
Wow.
not around.
That's not cool. That's not cool, Your Honor.
Ron, is this just us?
Your Honor, that's not cool.
Not my world.
Not your word. Okay.
She said I smelled like sex. She went crazy, burnt all my new clothes. I just bought everything. She went in the back and went crazy on them. I got the proof right here.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Miss Jones.
What
Did
about
you
that?
did you do what he's saying you did?
Yes, I did.
That's what, straight out of Waiting to Exhale, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't have words for this one.
Ms. Jones, okay, but you talk about him being gone for long periods of time. I'm beginning to understand just maybe why he's at the park for such a long period of time.
No, but you got it wrong. He loves to start arguing.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Wait.
I'm on a mission.
I'm on a mission, man. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. I gotta ask this. Do you have any other circumstances?
Yes.
All right.
I told you about the text messaging with the woman saying, come over.
No, you didn't tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, there was a text message. The woman was saying, come over. He texts back, I'm here.
That was not my phone.
She gets down and she gets
was my
the bell
phone.
number and all that. And then he's gonna say, oh no, that wasn't for me.
That was my
That
nephew's
was for
phone.
my nephew, my
I got a
nephew's
nephew
girlfriend. Well, your nephew got his own smartphone. What's going on? Why are you using your phone?
I was holding his phone for him.
No, please.
He's gonna come and get it later. He told me to hold it till he comes back.
Why? No, Mr. Jones.
No.
I can
That's
tell.
a no.
No, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, you'd have been better off telling me a unicorn gave you that phone. So I just want to be sure that what we have, the only thing we have, you ain't got nothing else to tell me, is the text messages.
No, there's something else.
Come on.
Yes, I found earrings, dollar earrings at that. And he found it, talk about he
I found it.
Okay.
It was in my bedroom. And also I found like this scrunchie that had like dime rhinestones. I didn't never buy that.
That was
I mean, it looked cute. I would have bought it.
That was hers.
But I didn't buy it.
Your Honor.
Dude.
Your Honor. Can I speak, Your Honor?
Yes, I want you to
Your Honor,
speak.
I swear, in the Bronx, you found stuff on the floor. When I was
On
walking
the
by,
ground.
It was at nighttime. I was walking by, seen something.
It was not nighttime.
I picked it up. I put it in my pocket. I thought it was gold. I asked, I said, you think this real? When she looked at the earring, where you get this from? She going crazy and everything like this. I said, Dad, I shouldn't even sell her. I thought it was gold. I ain't gonna lie. I put it,
How could you think something that's already turning is gold?
It didn't look.
Okay,
I didn't
so
see the turn. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. It looked real to me.
But Mr. Jones, you didn't walk in and say, honey, I found this gold earring. At some point, it was discovered, and then you told her that.
Yeah.
Mr. Cutler, I think we've heard enough. I think we have heard enough.
Okay, so you got the woman in the house at 3 a.m.
Disrespect, yes.
You claim he was kissing a woman friend in the park.
Yes.
You've got text messages.
And that he admitted to that one.
You've got him coming home smelling like...
He smelled like sex. Because she smelled his private parts. We can't leave that out.
Okay.
That right there is rich.
You've got the dollar earring that you found on the floor.
Yeah.
Do you realize how serious this is?
No, he doesn't.
And so far, your explanations have not been holding water.
No sense.
So, if it turns out that these allegations are true, do you realize she's gone?
It might sound wrong, but I didn't do none of this stuff.
Ms. Jones, will you be able to put it aside and move forward and never speak on it again?
I would say, I'm so sorry. I'll get on my knees. I will beg for your forgiveness if this is not true.
Y'all didn't do nothing.
You ain't do nothing. All right, well, when them test results come back, let's see if you ain't do nothing.
Well, in order to get to the bottom of this court has ordered a polygraph examination. And we have the results.
The court has engaged the services of licensed private investigator Todd Redding. Ron, would you please escort Mr. Redding into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
You should have a seat right here, sir.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now, part of your team consists of polygraph examiners, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Redding, Mr. Jones was asked between May 2016 and June 2016, did he have sexual intercourse with a woman who was in the apartment at 3 a.m.?
That's correct, Your Honor.
What was his response to that question?
His response to the question was no.
What did the polygraph exam show?
The lie detector examination determined that he was being truthful.
Yeah.
You're smiling. That make you feel better?
Yeah, because she was in my home, and that's just like the ultimate disrespect if anything was to went down.
See?
Hold on. Don't get ahead of yourself. We got another question.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones was asked, since being married, has he had sexual intercourse with anyone else?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And what was his response?
Your Honor, his response to the question again was no.
All right. What did the polygraph reveal?
The lie detector examination determined that he was also being truthful.
I see tears in your eyes.
I gotta come wait, ain't
Yeah.
Tears of joy.
Yeah.
All right, what you gonna do, sister?
See?
What you getting ready to do?
I'm so sorry.
You need to go over there, girl.
I'm so sorry. I beg your forgiveness. I'm so sorry. I'm
All
sorry.
right, bring it in, bring it in.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, you making it clear right here with everybody.
See?
You gonna stop smelling him, right?
Yes.
That's first.
That right there is got
Yes.
to stop.
Tell her that.
Yes.
Yeah, stop
right.
that first, because I'm
Yeah.
tired of dropping my pants, man.
All right. All right. Now, the flip side of that, Mr. Jones, is you can't give her a reason to want to do that. All right? Now, I like parks as much as everybody else. Okay? I
a
like
ticket
spending
that
time
makes
in
you
the
the
park.
now.
I like going to the park. But you can't spend 8, 10 hours a day in the park
Right.
avoiding going home. So it's a two-way street. You have to not give him a reason not to want to come home, and you got to go home. It's as simple as that.